Good afternoon, YouTube. If you are a fleet mechanic, good for you. Fleet cars suck. So, got an E250. What year is this? Oh, 6 with a 4.6. Had a cylinder 7 misfire. Complaints were shaking at idle, also shaking when braking. That's front rotors that are warped. These are the two-wheel drive bearings in the rotors type. That's going to happen in the shop tomorrow, I think. But that's complaint number 2. This is number 1. Cylinder 7 misfire. Yesterday we pulled a plug. It was disgusting. The coil boot, as I'll show you, also has a tear or a hole in it that it's been arcing through. So I'm going to put a coil and a plug in there. I say a coil and a plug. A lot of people on Fords of these years will just replace all the coils, and I think that's a good idea. This customer, however, I think this van is almost at end of life, so they just want to throw as little money as possible into it, especially since they're doing the brakes. I quoted 8 plugs and either 1 or 8 coils. He said, I just want to replace 1 plug and 1 coil. Reasoning, because on these vans, the labor time's like 3.2 hours instead of a normal, 1.5 to 2 hours for like a V8. So he wants to just kind of play whack-a-mole and knock them down one at a time whenever they come up. The reason it might be end of life is because the driver of this van is pouring in a quart of oil every week, so it's burning tons, and that's what you'll see on the plug here in a minute. So not a bad idea. I normally don't recommend that, but in this very unique instance, then I said, hey, sure, let's just go that way to save you $400 right now. Okay, I'm going to try my best to do this on camera. Move that a little bit. Number 7 is the second one forward from the driver's side rear here, and we got my parts, motorcraft, tools I think I'll need, ratchet. These should be 7s on the coils. Yeah, so the little bolt that holds the coil on Fords is a 7, and then got my spark plug socket and that, and an extension and a hand ratchet to get the final tightening done. Got my little tiny guy here. It's probably not going to fit now that I've talked about it, but we will try our best. And now I'm going to run grab an extension with a little swivel. Alright, so like I said, fleet vans, trucks, whatever, are their own, and I don't do a ton of these. They're their own unique set of clients, and unique set of clients. Their needs are different. Their timelines are different. Sometimes their parts qualities are different. It is all just a whole different ball game than a regular, family kind of customer, which is what my normal customer base is. Alright. So, got a little bit of grease in there already. Here is the old coil. My tech pointed out the hole to me yesterday. See, we don't have a huge shop, so I can't just leave stuff apart in there. And these people, they took Took like a day to think about it. Well, I can't find it, but there was like some white trace on the boot, and there we go. All right. Hard to see. 2 little pinholes right there. But that's no good for your super high voltage to arc out of. That'll cause misfires as well as a super fouled plug, which is what we got here too. So I like tools that give me good access to stuff. It's kind of one of my things I just like to buy. Those kind of tools. I'll show you a roll cart tour one day. So I don't mind removing spark plugs with tools. So I think he had wire wheeled it off yesterday, but yeah, you can see it's been cleaned. He cleaned this just to kind of confirm that the oil fouling was contributing to the problem. But this was all caked and nasty yesterday. Massive amount of grease on there. Anyway, installing. So these come pre-gapped. I don't put anti-seize on spark plug threads, except in a few instances, like the Fords that have the Triton 3 valve, the ones that have that kind of sleeve thing that sticks out here. Those need it so that they don't become seized, and you have to use the tool, which we keep in the drawer, to extract them, which becomes a big pain and very costly for people in the future. But I don't put anti-seize on threads unless it's like specified somewhere. So they didn't come like that brand new, and I just don't put it on there for that reason. Also, anti-seize will act like a lubricant and change the torque value of whatever your fastener you're working with. So if you are putting that on, then the torque is not correct if you're using a torque wrench. These don't have the crush washer. This is like tighten till hand tight, then an 1/8 of a turn, and then you're good to go. So I'll hand thread this and then slowly run it in with the air, take it back out, then do the final with the hand ratchet. I like to make sure not to like bump the spark plug electrode onto anything as I'm installing it, because then that would change the gap. So I'm just going to hand tighten it. I'm going to start it with this. So that was about a 1/8 of a turn. And we'll pop the coil back in. You want to be careful with coil connectors. You can break a lot of those off really easily. If it's like Toyota, they're about the worst for breaking. Corollas and Camrys and Siennas and all that stuff. I keep those connectors here just because they're so. They're always broken. There we go. Okay. And I'll start her up. So it was pretty much a dead mess in drive before. Now it is gone, so that's good news. Thank you for watching me get all sweaty in this van. Keep it up, Fleet guys.